Hey folks, thanks for watching my channel today. You know, after almost 80 years, I think I found the secret lure. I've thrown just about every lure, every fishing lure ever made. Wooden plugs, pork rind trailers, spinner baits when they first hit Florida, plastic worms when folks said they'd never work. And after nearly 80 years in the water, I think I finally found the secret lure. And here's the thing. You can't buy it. I've walked into more tackle stores than I can count. Pegboards full of promise. Seems like every day there's something new, something revolutionary, something that's supposed to change the game. Just watch the hundreds of YouTube videos. They're all telling you about a brand new lure, hot new lure that, of course, you can purchase through the link that they've provided. Or they want to show you a new twist to an old lure, something they claim will just drive the fish crazy. And you know, they may be right. And then there are the incredible claims from the electronics manufacturers, depth finders. They can show you the fish swimming. They can show you your bait falling down the water. They can show you the fish swimming towards your bait, actually inhaling it. Forward-facing sonar, bigger screens that are so large that they're bigger than the screens I've had in my truck, my GPS screens. And not just one, sometimes two, sometimes three. And not just on the front deck, but in the console as well. Enough electronics to drive you crazy. And you know what? You know, forward-facing sonar, I'm not knocking it. It works. I've seen young guys go out there and win huge tournaments, and that's all they've used. But let me tell you something. Strip away the electronics, take away the mapping, turn off the screens, and watch the hot new lures you promoted on YouTube fall apart. What's left? Just you, the wind, the current, the season, the fish. And that's where most people are missing the one thing they need most: time on the water. Let me repeat that. Time on the water. Experience. You can't Amazon Prime that to your doorstep. You can't mount it on the bow of your boat. You earn it one sunrise at a time. When I was coming up, we didn't have side imaging. We didn't have GPS. In fact, going way back, we didn't even have electric motors or depth finders. And we certainly didn't have power poles. We didn't have GPS, one of the simplest of all the things that are out there. If you found a brush pile back then, you learned how to triangulate utilizing that pine tree and the church steeple right behind you with another tree, and you hope that nobody cut the trees down. You learn by being wrong, and being wrong often. You learn by fishing all day just for 5 bites. You learn that fish, bass in particular, they don't read fishing magazines, and they most likely don't watch YouTube videos. And after 50 years of tournaments and 25 years of guiding, here's what I know. The secret lure is knowing where to throw it. It's knowing which lure to throw. And it's understanding that bass move before front, and sometimes they don't. It's knowing that in Florida heat, slowing down isn't optional. It's survival. And it's a feeling when a spot just looks right. That doesn't come from a chip in a graph. It comes from thousands of casts. I see young anglers today who can operate electronics better than I can use my cell phone. And some of them are incredible fishermen. But some are leaning so hard on technology that if the screen goes black, they're done. They're lost. Because the real secret isn't seeing the fish. It's understanding why they're there. And that takes time. You have to fish post-front days when nothing bites. You have to fish summer afternoons when the only thing moving is the sweat off your brow. And you have to lose a few of the big ones. You have to be able to come in second or third or 10th or 20th. And sometimes you have to blank. Sometimes you have to go out there and fish hard all day for nothing. That's called tuition, folks. Tuition. And there's no shortcut around it. When you've spent decades on the water, you start noticing things. How the wind positions bait. How a slight color change in the water tells you something shifted overnight. How the birds give away more than any sonar ever will. And sometimes you just know, not because you saw a fish, but because you've gotten the experience from being on the water. But because you've seen that movie before, that's called experience. That's the secret lure. I'm 77 now. I don't move as fast as I used to. Loading the boat's a lot harder. Sometimes the summertime heat hits me differently, and I have to just give it up. But I've got something I didn't have when I was 30. It's called perspective. I don't chase every new bait anymore. I don't feel like I have to have the newest screen. Because I know this, the bass haven't changed nearly as much as the marketing has. They still live where they've always lived. They still move with the seasons. They still relate to current, wind, structure, and food. And they still reward the angler who understands them. So if you're young and you're watching this, here's my advice. Buy the electronics if you want them. Try the hot new lures. Keep up with all the new technology. But don't ever confuse equipment with experience. Because one day when the screen glitches, when the batteries die, when the hot bait doesn't work anymore, the only thing left will be what you've earned. And that's time on the water. And after almost 80 years, that's the only secret lure I've ever found. Because in the end, bass don't care what you paid for your boat. They don't care how many screens you've got, and they sure as hell don't care what's trending on YouTube. They only respond to the angler who understands them. And understanding only comes one sunrise at a time. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you have a great day.